Hello. Some big contrasts in the weather across the UK this Monday. To the south, temperatures struggling to get above freezing in many areas. Certainly that was the case for Richmond Park. The grass looking white even through the middle part of the day. Scotland and Northern Ireland, the grass was largely green, much milder air around here, but quite a lot of cloud and some drizzly rain at times. And there you see that contrast in map form. We've got air that's come from quite a long way south in the Atlantic to the north of the UK, air further south that's come across from the continent, which originated in the Arctic. Another frost to the south of the UK to start us off on Tuesday. Perhaps not quite as cold though across parts of the southeast and East Anglia. Another mild night for Scotland and Northern Ireland. This finger of high pressure building across from the continent is what's pulling that Arctic air in. It will also make though for very light winds across the central swathe of England and Wales into the small hours of Tuesday, with lots of moisture still around after the heavy rain. Freezing fog likely to be an issue in some spots across the West Midlands, down into the Welsh Marches, and I think for parts of East Anglia early on Tuesday. Not necessarily exclusively those areas, but those are the favoured spots. There's just that bit more cloud here again towards the southeast on Tuesday, so slightly greyer skies, but the thickest cloud sitting towards the northwest where that milder air is across Scotland and Northern Ireland. Some breaks to the lee of high ground, some drizzly conditions further west, particularly across the western facing hills. Overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, we start to see some of this cloudier weather sinking its way further south. There's a weak weather front in there as well, so there'll be a bit of rain pushing into Scotland and Northern Ireland. And you can just see that the Midlands and Wales looks a little bit milder for first thing on Wednesday, still quite frosty across southern England and East Anglia. And this front through Wednesday will continue to push its way south. I don't think bringing anything too heavy in the way of rainfall through the day into England and Wales at least. We pick up a northwesterly wind. Now normally we'd be going, oh, that's going to be a colder wind direction for us, but this air has come around the top of an area of high pressure and originally came from further south in the Atlantic. So it's getting milder to the south as that northwesterly breeze picks up, the colder Arctic air getting squeezed away. The front could bring some heavy rain into the south and east of England through the small hours of Thursday. Thursday daytime though, high pressure looking like it will dominate across the UK. A lot of fine weather. Northerly wind along the east coast will make for a chilly feel, could bring in some showers here as well. But in contrast to the start of the week, where the south is sat in the Arctic air, it is relatively milder. You can see though across Scotland, temperatures have come down to the order of 2 or 3 degrees on those first thing this week. As for the end of the week into the weekend, it looks very much like high pressure is going to try and dominate our weather. Some fronts will try and get in on the act to the northwest of the UK, picking up the wind a little to the northwest of Scotland, trying to edge some outbreaks of rain in here and generally just spilling some thicker cloud into Scotland and Northern Ireland at times. England and Wales looking fine, and as promised, temperatures up on those from the start of the week, around average values. And that basically is the upshot of what our weekend is looking like at the moment as well. Reasonable amount of dry weather, temperatures around average, perhaps though some persistent cloud at times.